Welcome back. Now, today we are going to start with a new lesson called current electricity. The topics to be covered in this class: electric current, conventional current, and drift velocity of the electron and current density. Let us go to the electric current. In first lesson we discussed about the static charges and their properties and their uses. What happens when current flows from one point to another point? That leads to current. What happens? Charges moves from one point to another point. Charge in the sense either a positive charge or a negative charge. Now first we will define what is electric current. An electric current is defined as the rate of flowing charge in a unit time, or the rate of flow of charge at any section of the conductor in 1 second. So usually current will be denoted by the symbol I, which is equal to Q by T, where Q is called as charge flowing per time, unit time T. Then the SI unit for current is ampere. In other way it can be written, what is the SI unit for charge? Coulomb, and time is second. So it is Coulomb second inverse, which is equal to ampere. So usually the current is measured in terms of milliampere, microampere and ampere. This is the conventional unit used to measure the current. Now if the current is steady, what is steady current, what is varying current, that we will study next slide. First, steady in the sense which do not vary with the time. So at that case we can write the current as Q by T. If current charge is varying with the time, then we can write this as dq by dt. D by dt usually called the rate of change into Q. So what is going to be changed? Charge is going to be changed with respect to the time. That is why it is called differentiation. So it is the rate of flow. Then we'll study the different kinds of current. Let us plot a graph between time versus current. First case, a current doesn't vary with respect to the time, then it is called as steady current. Look at the graph. In a graph, see, let's say this is time 1 second, this is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and as goes on. Then it's a magnitude. Let's say the maximum current at a 0 time is 5 ampere. When time is 1 second, the current is also 5 ampere. When time is 2 second, the current is 5 ampere. When time is 3 second, current is 5 ampere. So as time is varying but the current is not varying, so that it is called as steady current, which do not change. Then next, look at the graph line in a graph B and C. Both are not constant, they are varying. These are called varying current. This can be understood, let's say, the same way. It's 1 second, 2 second, 3 second and 4 second. Current is 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere. When time is 1 second, the current is 1 ampere. When time is 2 second, the current is 2 ampere in case of B. But in C, it is varying with the time. So both B and C are varying current, since the magnitude varies with respect to the time. That is why it is called as varying current. The next case is alternative current, where the magnitude of the current is varying continuously with respect to the time, and it is a periodic one. Next, What is conventional current? What is current? Current, I told you, it's a flow of charge. That means the charge has to move from one point to the another point inside the conductor when an electric field is applied. Assume that in this diagram, the positive charges are accumulated at this terminal here and negative charges are accumulated here. Then the positive charges moves from A to B is called as current, conventional current. So conventional current is the current whose direction is along the direction of the motion of the positive charge under the action of the electric field. It happens only in the electric field. With the absence of the electric field, the charges do not move. Then it's said to be a normal conductor. You won't find a current. In next case, only positive charge can move? No, the negative charges also can be moved. But in this case, the direction of the current is reversed. See, look at the diagram. Here the direction of the current is from positive to negative. But here also the direction of current is positive to negative, but the flow of electron will be opposite to the direction of the flow of the positive charge. Okay, so the conventional the electrons moves opposite direction to the current. That is the point you need to remember. Then drift velocity and current. What is velocity? In generally, velocity is nothing but distance by time. As the object is moves or object is displaced with respect to the time, then it is called as velocity. Here the velocity of the electrons, we are going to find the velocity of the electron, is called as drift velocity. So what is the definition for drift velocity? The drift velocity is defined as the velocity with which a free electrons get drifted towards the positive terminal when an electric field is applied. To understand this, let us take a conductor of length L and area of cross section is A, and the conductor is connected between potential battery. That means we are providing an electric field between the two ends of the conductor. Now the direction of the electric field, first lesson we studied that the electric field acts from positive to negative. In a battery, the longer parallel lines will be drawn. One will be longer one, another one will be shorter one. The longer line represents the positive terminal and shorter line represents the negative terminal. Always the electric lines of force acts between positive to negative, so the direction of the electric field will be in this direction. Now that means more positive charges will be accumulated at terminal A, more negative charges are accumulated at terminal B or other end. Then the electrons, see, more electrons will be accumulated here. Those electrons will be moves towards the terminal A. So that is the velocity or the motion of the electron, or the direction of the electron moves from this terminal to this terminal. That means terminal B to terminal A. But the conventional direction of the current is along positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery. But the electron inside the conductor moves the opposite direction of the current. So once again, what is drift velocity? Drift velocity is defined as, see here the electrons are present at terminal B, they will be drifted towards the positive terminal. That means you are making the electrons to move from this terminal to this terminal. That means terminal B to terminal A. So you are making with an help of an external electric field. So you are drifting the electron. That is why it is called as drift velocity. So what is drift velocity? The velocity with which the free electrons get drifted towards the positive terminal. This happens only when an external electric field is applied. With absence of the external electric field, the electron do not move from one terminal to the other terminal. So you cannot find the current. That is why we do not get electricity with a normal wire. When you apply a battery, let's say in the market it is available with 9 volt battery, 5 3 volt battery, that means two 1.5 volt batteries. With the help of battery, if you connect the battery inside the conductor, you are creating the potential difference between the ends of the conductor, so that the electrons moves inside between the conductor. So you are not creating the electron, you are creating the potential difference, so that the electrons are already present inside the conductor. That is why the copper is a good conductor of electricity. We will say copper and silver, aluminum, it goes like this. But copper has a more number of free electrons outside the outermost orbit. This electrons will move from one atom to the another atom, jumps from one atom to the another atom when an electric field is applied. It's called a drift velocity. So what is drift velocity? Drift velocity is defined as velocity at which the free electrons gets drifted towards the positive terminal when an electric field is applied. Then we will obtain the relation. The drift velocity is directly proportional to a acceleration. Acceleration in the sense the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. How fast the electron is moving. So in a mathematically it can be written Vd represents drift velocity is directly proportional to acceleration. And it's a vector quantity because it has a direction. It moves from one terminal to the other terminal. It has a direction. This proportionality is removed with a constant is called tau. This symbol is called tau. Okay, what is tau? It's a relaxation time. How much time the electron takes to travel between one terminal to the other terminal with a fixed length. That is called relaxation time. That is tau. Then by removing the proportionality, we obtain the relation Vd is equal to a tau. Then what is a? Acceleration. But Newton's law, we know the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Then what is the value of a? A is equal to F by m, where m is the mass of the electron, F is the force due to the external electric field, force on an electron due to the external electric field. We studied that the force due to the electric field is EQ divided by m. This is the value of A. Let me substitute the value of A in this one. Then I will get EQ, where small e represents the electron charge. There I told you Q is simply charge. It may be positive or negative, but in this case it is a negatively charged. That is why there is a negative sign in this equation. So minus E, capital E divided by m, where m is the mass of the electron. Then from this we will obtain the relation between the current and drift velocity. The relation between the current and drift velocity, I is equal to NeAVD, where N is the number of the electron and E is the charge of the electron and A is the area of the conductor and Vd is the drift velocity at which the electron is drifted. So this is the relation. From this we conclude that current is directly proportional to the drift velocity. Current is directly proportional to the drift velocity. This we could remember, I is equal to நாய் வீடு, in English dog's house, but in Tamil நாய் வீடு, NEA நாய் வீடு. Like that we can remember the relation. So I is directly proportional to the drift velocity. The current is directly proportional to the drift velocity. The explanation, formula explanation is given here, where Vd is the drift velocity, A is the acceleration, tau is the relaxation time, and E is the electric field, and small e is the electronic charge, m is the mass of the electron, and n is the number density of the electron, L is the length of the conductor, and A is the area of the cross section. The next, current density. We know the density, normal density formula, mass by volume, how much mass is accumulated in a unit volume. But here the current density is something different, how much electron is flowing through a unit area. Let's say if I take a unit area of a cross section or a wire, like this is a wire, in which I am going to consider a small unit area in which how much electrons are moving out or moving in. That is called current density. Let us define the current density. Current density at a point is defined as the flow of current through a unit area of the conductor is, let me read, current density at a point within a conductor is the current through a unit area of the conductor around that point, provided the area is perpendicular to the direction of the flow of current at that point. That means, let's say if you consider a small area inside the conductor, the area must be perpendicular to the direction of the current flow, or if it is parallel to the direction of the current flow, no electron comes, or no electron is going in or coming out of that particular area. So the area must be considered perpendicular to the direction of the current flow. The current density will be denoted by the symbol J, which is equal to I by A. See, from this also we can define the current density. Current density is defined as current unit charge or unit current flowing through a unit area. The ratio of unit current flowing through a unit area, that is unit current I flowing through a unit area. So the division is denoted by the word ratio. So ratio of unit current per unit area. Then we know the value for I, the relation for I, that is I told you N E A V D, correct, divided by A. Area and area gets cancelled, and we obtain the relation for current density as NEVD. In a vector form, usually the current density is vector coordinate J, that is I is equal to J vector dot A vector. Since it is a dot product, the resultant will be a scalar. The dot product of the two vector will be a scalar. Let us derive the Ohm's law. Let us go for next topic, Ohm's law. That is not new to one, new for you. In lower classes you might have studied the Ohm's law. Ohm's law says that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the two ends of the conductor. That is, electric current I is directly proportional to a potential difference between the conductor. The proportionality is removed with a constant. Constant is called as R, resistor. So we can say that I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. So let us define the Ohm's law. The electric current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor when physical conditions such as these conditions must be followed or retained so that the Ohm's law valid. The temperature conditions such as temperature, mechanical strain, etc., these must be constant. Most probably the temperature is the factor which affects the Ohm's law. That is why it is called as the diode. Diode is one of the example for Ohm's law which do not obey the Ohm's law, and resistor is another factor which obeys the Ohm's law. Let us take the conductor and we apply the potential V. Then the current is flowing through the conductor will be directionally proportional to the potential. That is, I is directly proportional to V, or V is directly proportional to I. Then V is equal to IR. I is equal to V by R. This is what the relation of Ohm's law. In today's class we discussed about electric current. Then the graph is plotted. One more thing, the graph is plotted between the potential and current, applied potential and current. It is a straight line, or it is varying linearly with the voltage. Voltage is varies and current is varying linear with the voltage. That means it gives a straight line. It's a linear property. In today's class we discussed about electric current and types of current, then relation between the drift velocity and current, and drift velocity and current density, and Ohm's law. Next class we will continue with a new topic. Thank you.